So where you from?
Baltimore, bitch. Okay. Coming out the door, you got scorch on his porch and his grill with the blue steel blowtorch. For attempt to show up in court, gotta smoke like a loose Newport with that.
You, we back. I got my man,
Akio,
and my man
Jamal G.
Yes,
sir.
We got the filmmaker,
Indeed.
and we got the hip hop artist right
Yes,
here.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, like, how we gonna start it off, man? Who are we gonna kick it off with?
So right now, you want to we're gonna get into Dead Lost and Found by myself, featuring Brandon Yancey, and the video was shot by Akio Evans back in 2014. It was our first project together, so
Okay.
you know y'all got to check out the visual when y'all get a chance. But yeah, this Dead Lost and Found by myself and Brandon Yancey.
But are you gonna play it now, or you wanna let's tell the people about yourself, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No problem.
Yeah.
Jamal G, man, from the west side of Baltimore City.
Okay.
Park Heights community. Started my hip hop career in 2010. 2015, I became a full-fledged independent artist,
Okay.
and been traveling and touring overseas and doing things ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. That's
And I
what's up.
appreciate my brother Akio Evans for having me on as his as his second leg. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mello.
He put me down. Put me down with you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Say you hot. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
I'm like probably like later on I'm gonna check you out.
Yeah.
A lot of my dudes on there.
Hopefully
So like who do you produce?
So I got this from the Beat Boys based out in L.A. This production was from my whole second and third offering was produced by the Beat Boys out in L.A.
Okay.
And they sent me this first, and then we started working on my most recent album, which is The Human May Concern 2,
Okay.
final draft. So
Yeah. Okay, now we can jump this up, or you want to say something right?
We can
quick,
jump
Keto?
into it, and then when we
Okay.
come back from the break.
Yeah, because I want to feel it. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
absolutely
Indeed.
appreciate you.
All right, good to you.
Where you at? Alright, I'm on my way. Bye.
It's been a year and some change, and I ain't called her since. If she ain't ended, then I probably would've called it quits. She was fed up with the line and the argument. She knew that sex and pillow talk wasn't all it meant. Damn. To say I wasn't a gentleman would be my egotistical way of saying I'm intimate with many different numbers of women that I had met on tour. I couldn't find the words to lie, I had to tell you more. So far from being fed up, but holding on to memories formed from when we met up. She was more of a goddess, but stylish, needed some guidance, and I was the type of guy to refurbish and add polish. So we exchanged numbers in hopes of getting together. So this is a casual thing, never thinking forever. Just in love with the moment, I know it, so I'ma own it. But now that we not involved, I'm reluctant to keep it going. But from dinner dating to dissertations, I was the one that baby would call when she needed ventilation. She was into her studies and I was into it too. She was alone, I gave it a 1, we made it 2. Good times and arguments, seeing women and causing men, and jealousy that hit me when every time that she talked to men. This matchmaking was suddenly fast breaking, so we slowed down and both pretended to act patient. But you, so unpredictable, so irresistible. Moms love me, pops cool, brother straight, and your sister knew I was one on the come up and comes, and never easy. So every time that she run up, she told me you'll never leave me. I'll admit it, you was in competition with women who didn't have any morals, but liver ain't have a limit. But I was never the type to put rocks before a dime, claim mountains before I climb, say star before a line. So you knew you had me, and just so happened I'm rapping the first one at my show and the first one to be clapping. And know I'm loving the action, but you was always recording. You told me you wasn't happy, and all I did was ignore it. So you decided to leave me the time I needed you most, and you told me I knew the reason, but I considered you gone. Then I started to believe that our time was only a hoax, until we came to agreement that I was doing the most. But where would I be if I ain't had your love? I crave attention from women who never give me enough. They only here for a night, excitement will always pass. Memories and Patron, I'm reminiscing the past. Like damn, what did we fight about? Or did we fuss over sketchy stories about women cause I was leaving them out? I thought I was being mindful of feelings that could be crushed, and crutches couldn't just crutch it. I'm lusting over a lush, but I digress. Soon as I digest the fact that you moved on, I think I moved mine, I guess. But how do I deal with pain, passion and pleasure, laughing, this habit to break a pack when we mad at each other? Now I imagine forever, but you was gone before you had got to see me shine. Radio radiance, hoping rhymes is a save time, and I don't count on the feature. My second life is deceitful, glad you don't have to go decipher this evil. But back to apologies, long story, whatever. You cherish time so embarrassed like we were never together. Was it this issue of issues that had started to linger? Push emotional buttons, the power of one finger. I ain't saying I reign supreme in a disagreement, but I don't move on the subject until you start to believe it. Then you got overheated and said I was hard to be with. Complicated, the death of relations gon' need a grievance. That was a little humor, you like to laugh, and I knew if I made you smile, then that would put fire to all the rumors. If it ain't you, I ain't settling. Ain't no need for me meddling. All good, I can adapt to your future, and now I celebrate with women that I leave in the morning. Invest into something deeper than sleeping, I can't afford it. Made amends with the demon of scheming, constantly fiending to break up a happy home while you all alone in the evening. But what would I be if I ain't have your love? Cause you were making that happen. I probably would've stopped rapping if I had known it would fill my head up with such an illusion that you were sticking around after foolishness and me choosing other women that couldn't hold a candle to your presence. I ain't grudging, I'm just loving the fact you're doing better. Chastise me is cool if you do, just know that I'm clever. Don't side with me, that's irony of apology letters.
I need your love, baby. What I said, I need your love, baby. What I be if I have your love, yeah. What I said, I need your love, baby. What I be if I didn't have your love?
Oh, that was fire right there. Fuck with that.
I
That's
appreciate
tight
you.
right there.
Appreciate you.
And you said that's on your latest album? Or?
No, that was just an offering that I did before the album. So you can find that on all online streaming stores, stuff like that. And then I had put out an album after that.
Oh, all right. That's fire right there, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Keo.
You.
All right. So, what's up with you, man? With your filming and your designs. You know what I mean? That's why I had you up here, because like with the shoes and the clothing, that's still the hip hop culture, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
So like I was asking myself like, damn, I can get Keo once he get up on here.
Appreciate that too,
I
man.
thought you was gonna show some joints though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But
Some of the joints that I make, it's very limited. So even me bringing them out the house, like I kind of like,
you make them and you sell them.
I make them and I sell them, or I make them and people put them up, and I'm grateful for that because it is art. So it's like something that, kind of like, I just kind of like be very sacred with it, whatever. But next time you have me, I'm gonna be sure to bring something around. You know what I mean? But
So like, what got you started in doing that?
What got me started, man, believe it or not.
Well, I should be saying what got you started in which one? Like, which one you started first?
The filmmaking,
or the
that's a good question. Actually, I started doing the shoes. I started doing the clothes first. And when I was doing the clothes, that kind of stemmed for me actually going to Northern High School, and I seen this guy, my man BJ, who actually played as an actor in one of my recent projects called Whole Time. For everybody listening, I want y'all to go to Whole Time. That's a short film that I recently worked on about a year ago with artist All the Way G. And but anyway, BJ, he's an actor now, but he was just an athlete back in the day. But I seen he had wore these clothes, right?
Yeah.
And he had like baseball patches on this pair of jeans, and I was like, yo, like that's dope. I said, you know what? I got some NBA jeans. This is in 1999, by the way. I said, yo, I got some NBA sheets that I would like for you to just cut up and like how you did the baseball joints and put on a pair of jeans for me. And he's like, all right, word. Now I gave him a whole sheet, right?
Yeah.
Now you know how the teams, it's all like a lot of teams. when I got my jeans back, I ain't have all the teams that I wanted on there. So man kind of jipped me, right? So I feel like that alone, what he did, what I had in my mind, I expected more. That pushed me to say, nah, man, I gotta make my own. So my man Jazz, you know, that I know, he was like, yo, all you gotta do is do this and that third. Use your glue gun and use like puffy paint. I said, all right, bet. So then I practiced and I added more to the jeans that he made. And man, it just picked up from there. The reaction that I got from my peers in high school that picked up, and then I started working at Target down the street or whatever, you know, and that's how I got my first camcorder. But yeah, so that's I started filming. My last year Northern, I lived around in this area where we're at, and it just, you know, I just took it by hobby, and then later in the years I started taking it serious. So that's how I got started, man.
Oh damn. You know, I'm a Viking too, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm kind of too.
Okay.
Oh, we all Vikings in here, right?
Not myself. Not myself.
Oh,
get a little carried
Nah,
away.
yeah, I went.
Get a little carried away.
You say what?
No, I went to a city high school, which used to be the old Southern. It was Digital Hub, and now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you got to once you got to after you did the videos, you went to who? Like, who was your first person like?
My first person that I shot a music video for?
Yeah, or music or.
No, I
I
remember.
know you did a documentary too on
Snoop.
Yeah.
But it didn't start there. It started like I started just shooting around with my camera. My first person I shot was actually this guy named Sean Ranson, and I used to follow him around all around East Baltimore, and one time I filmed him and the bus broke down. I was 16 years old. The bus broke down, and I used to, you know, kind of like film him doing all types of stuff. But first music video was my man Young Harm. God rest his soul. He had got killed about a year and a half ago. Okay. You know, he claimed Old York Road, and you know,
Old
York Road. That's his stomping grounds. And it's funny because, not funny, but the music. When I shot my first music video with him, I was on a run here in Baltimore for about 2 years, and then the thing of it is, when the knockers came, and okay, we filmed the whole music video, you know, and Jamal G, you know how long it takes to shoot a music video, right?
100%.
So imagine you starting your music video at 9 a.m. and you wrap up probably like around 3 p.m. And you're on the porch just getting regular B-roll or just whatever, and then the knockers come up, and they be like, and you got a warrant, so you're not even supposed to be in Baltimore at this time, right?
Right.
So you kind of taking it smooth, but then you seeing that the knockers there harassing the people who you had in the music video. So you start filming the police. The police is like, yo, what you doing, yo? Like, no, yo, hey, you come off this porch right now. Me having a warrant, I ain't want to show my ID, so I did everything they told me. They said, take that tape out that camcorder, because it was a high 8 back in the day, and throw it over top of the roof. So then I kind of like try to toss it and it drop back down. They said, nah, yo, look, if you don't throw that all the way over top of the roof, not on the second level, they said, we're going to take you down. And me, I had a warrant, so I didn't want to necessarily kind of like, so I threw that joint. We had to shoot the whole music video all over again.
No, so I figured that.
But it was good that we did that because the guy Cornbread, he was a Crip. He ain't show up to the afternoon, and we shot the video, completed it, and a week after I released it on YouTube, the dude Cornbread, got killed. So that was so while I'm finishing and uploading the video, this is in 2006. This is when YouTube was at its prime. Right. I'm now actually, it was a memorial, if you will. It was like a dedicated to him.
Yeah,
so,
commemoration.
Commemoration. So and I had other videos that I took down because it was kind of crazy. Yeah. Young Harm, you would have, you know, ratchets and all that. And I told him then, I said, yo, you got to simmer down, but that's the B-more mentality, you know. Right. And the last time I seen him, I was walking on my break at my job, and I seen him on Monument Street, and he was like, yo, I need a music video. And I was like, yeah, man, but I'm trying to do something new. And he said, don't forget, man, don't forget me. And that's the last time I seen him, and he, you know, got killed that year, that summer. Oh, man. You know? So,
you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. So then, like, after that was what you like slow down with the videos?
No, well,
you said you started something new.
Yeah, my something new was mainly just trying to merge film with music videos because you know, similar to Remember the Time, like with Michael Jackson, or Black and White, or you know, Biggie Smalls with Hypnotize, like that specific art form is missing. Even with Kanye West, he did it with some of his music videos, but it's not a lot that you see that happening. So I wanted to incorporate that because that's my end game. I want to actually shoot film. So every artist that I work with, like Jamal G with These Wings, or Slick DeVille in My Zone, or All the Way G, like I said, whole time music video, short film, video shorts, I try to merge that in, and that's when I took my initial break from shooting the music videos, because I have a lot of videos that I've shot from living in Spokane, living in Phoenix, living here in Baltimore. And when YouTube when everybody started having hands-on and shooting music videos, and shooting I call it like the 2 location setup, whereas you see a lot of it, it's oversaturated. Then I said, okay, how can I separate myself? How can I look different? And that's the way I pretty much started doing something different.
How you hook up with my man? Call him Black, like Dre.
Dre.
Yeah. DeAndre.
Yeah. Oh man,
DeAndre. From over West.
Yeah,
DeAndre. I used to live over West too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, over there in Baltimore, Strickland.
Okay, Baltimore Strickland. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
DeAndre, man, as you know, Mello, you know what I mean, he was a humble dude, and when I met him, I met him through this guy named James, who was from DC. He was trying to shoot a documentary on him, and he never liked James, because for one, that wasn't because he was from DC. It was just because his aura was different. And James introduced me to him, and man, we was able to click up, and we just met through. I just met him through James.
Okay.
This guy named James.
It was a small world.
And I met James on Set of The Wire.
Okay.
When I played as an extra. So. So yeah, that's how I met DeAndre.
That's what's up, man. And then you got into the clothes like what?
I got into the clothes. I got into.
Into like your boots, and because you made me a fly ass, a tight ass Limb By shirt. Man. I had it on here. I think I had it 2 weeks ago. Yeah. The shit was jumping, man.
I appreciate that.
I gotta get me another one. Man.
Yeah,
the shit was tight, man.
Yeah, I started the clothes, mainly seriously when I was in Spokane. You know what I mean, and in Phoenix, I started selling my stuff out there, and I kind of like branched off. I always took it with me. My first clothing line was called Ages. Yeah. And then from Ages, that kind of like happened when I had my legal issues, and then I rebirthed it to I remade it into this line called Ricochet. And when I made Ricochet, it was worn by DJ Clue, it was worn by Trina when I was in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's crazy because when I started having like these issues with the law and they forced me out of Baltimore when I was on a run, stuff that I'm doing now, how the universe is set up, where I'm meeting all these great entertainers. This has been happening to me in my early 20s. Right. So, but I wasn't living right, because I was still having like, like
interest, Baltimore interest.
Baltimore interest. You know what the Baltimore interest is. You
get in.
And get into a lot of stuff. You can't mix the two, and that's what I've learned over the years. Like, you've been doing it this way, or you're doing it that way. And and you got to do it the right way. Now that I'm doing it the right way, it seems like the blessings are coming a lot more.
Because I seen you've been doing a lot. I mean, I seen you doing some stuff, man.
Thank you, man.
You like just putting it out there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I told y'all like, one day, like everybody you was talking about, I'm like, I knew him and I knew him. Yep. And I'm like, one day I'm gonna tell people I knew that. This facts. I got you on camera. But it was facts right here. So
but it was wild.
Nigga like, you don't know no.
Yeah, because I didn't. Sure. But I didn't know that he knew DeAndre, because DeAndre is so much of a small.
From the corner, from the same corner of Baltimore Gilmore.
Yeah. Man.
If you watch the corner, it's Baltimore Gilmore and it's Fair Street. When I'm working on my album now too, so a lot of that's gonna be on there too.
Wow, man! I can't wait to hear.
The
stories you told me. Oh man, I was like, wow. I said,
it's gonna be a jump off, man.
That's good. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But now, just closing up what you were saying about just starting off the clothes and finishing with the clothes. Like I said, that stuff always had followed me, and for me coming back here to Baltimore and trying to just do the same thing that I did out of town and bring it here. It's different, But now, like what Snoop was telling me, like, because I gave up making the shoes, making the clothes for a while. It was until 2014 that, my friend Felicia Pearson from The Wire, she was like, I met you with making clothes. Like, you should continue to do the clothes. And that kind of like pushed me to do that. And if I never listened to her, all the stuff that you've known, because even when I met DeAndre, I made him a wide premiere robe. That it had because we wore the wide premiere party. And he literally wore a robe to the wide premiere party, bro.
For real?
Yeah, in January.
That nigga crazy, yo.
What?
That nigga
and he had
crazy.
2 Hennessy bottles walking with it, but it was just wild. But anyway,
For real? That nigga was always crazy,
all
yo.
the chain.
Yeah. I remember some shit. But I ain't gonna get into it.
We ain't gonna get into it. So much.
So, Jamal, what's up, man?
How you feeling, bro?
Quiet silence of the lamb over there, man.
Yeah, no, man. You know, we had ultimately. Like I said, I appreciate Keys for bringing me out, but this, you know, I wanted to be more so about him than myself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I'm trying to like pass it on. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
So let everybody know exactly what y'all are and what y'all about.
Yeah, I mean,
what y'all future is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what we've started to do was kind of show up in different places together. As far as radio interviews, our lineage, as far as knowing each other, I met him while I was working at Hopkins as well.
Okay.
And we linked up and we did Lost and Found, which is the record y'all just played. And what happened with that was I had got, so to speak, beat out my money by this other cinematographer. And at that time, Keys was kind of just getting his music video, short film catalog together. So he started off with me with Dear Lost and Found. If I'm wrong, correct me, because I believe it might have been Hands on the Wheel, the Greenspan record first.
Yeah, it was.
With Smash, rest in peace of Smash. And then it came with me with Dear Lost and Found. And then we went through growing pains trying to get the These Wings record off, and I think those growing pains kind of caused us to form more of a better bond as brothers.
Absolutely.
Because we had to, you know, kind of go through something to recognize, you know, what each other's little peak points are and really kind of just grow up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what happened, and we got These Wings done, and These Wings became like one of the biggest records that I've done. Okay. And then, you know, we've just grown since then as brothers, not even just on a professional level, and kind of just sharing ideas and thoughts and processes with each other. And I'm happy for him to see his growth as well. Like I remember when he first started Ikeo's Glorious Heroes, and that's his basically his clothing line along with his shoes and all his customization stuff. Okay. And then I was just like, yo, it's crazy. I got, you know, was one of the first people to try to cop the Comdesk Baltimore shirt, and the Baltimore shirts. I forget what it said, but I wore it in one of my
Baltimore.
Yeah, we still love Baltimore shirts.
Okay.
Which is I mean,
and it said on that back.
You still got them?
They are very limited. I haven't released any of the same line this year because, but I will start it back up again because when I do things, I kind of like do it sporadically. When if you get it around that time. Yeah, and then probably bring it back out. But yeah, for you, you know, I'll get you an exclusive.
Yeah, those joints, and I felt special about it because they had made the order shirts.
Yeah,
and then you know, when he had a hand, I don't want to tell all the things that you.
No, please let me.
He had a hand.
You making me remember.
Yeah, no, because Snoop had a Patrick Ewing sneaker that came out and is still continuing to come out, and he had a hand and kind of designing the jersey and shirt type for that. So I think that's dope, you know what I'm saying? And I think what you're probably seeing right now is the Mobb Deep, the Havoc Timbs that he made that I was super proud of because I was a huge Mobb Deep fan coming up. Yeah. And you're probably gonna see a whole thing of records, and I don't want to keep on talking about it. Like,
but matter of fact, we can play another one of your joints.
Yeah, the Dave Chappelle joints, the Kevin Hart joints. Yeah, you know, which is inspired by different things. And I mean, and mind you, I know all of his stuff. I know all his business because he's telling me. And this right here is more so special than anything. Is him teaching the kids in Baltimore City. Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, no worries. Yeah, because that right
you
there.
Saying that. I appreciate
yeah, because I actually brung him to the class, and they, you know, we learned something in that moment. Because like he said, we had a lot of growing pains, and it was just us growing up and maturing as men, learning and not knowing what we doing and creating this business, starting a business. And what we realized was that the project that we worked on, it was like big because these kids was looking at that project, and when he came to one of my class, and after he left, they still was talking about him in the music video. And the kids that came in later, they was like, yeah, you ain't see the music video with Jamal G? I'm like, yo, they still talking about you. These are kids in Sandtown, Winchester, who only know what you present to them as far as the mainstream artists. So for them to see an artist that was from here, from West Baltimore, like Jamal G, and for us to actually, because these wings wouldn't have happened if we didn't put whatever we had put aside. And we'll talk about that, or maybe that'll be another thing, and maybe that'll be a video production that him and I need to do specifically, because I feel like that story alone shows the unity that is very rare in the city. You know what I mean? That a lot of people, when we have differences, because my man, he got people, everybody got like you, me, and I'm sure my man Matt back there, we all got people that's in the streets. We all know people that's in the streets, and
right.
I don't even care if you're a worker, man, whatever. All walks of life that we walk into, things can happen differently, and it was crazy because when in creating these wings, that music video, we had a music video screening at the Creative Alliance, and Greenspan had showed up, and I didn't even know. I'm filming some scenes of Jamal G and Greenspan. You know, they both had collabed on this record called, what was it called, G?
If You Need That.
If You Need That. And I didn't even know that Greenspan had shouted me out in this track, but what was more important was the first record that he did after his cousin Foul had got murdered was his track. And hearing the track and hearing how they were, elaborate on that for a minute, G.
I mean, shout out to Greenspan. If those who don't know who Greenspan is, he's a hip hop artist from Baltimore City who's thriving and doing well. But I met him through Keys, and me and him linked up to do this record, and it was called If You Need That. And at the time we were emailing, I was just so excited because I had heard about Greenspan just on the scene coming up, and I was excited just to have him on the record. I'm truly humbled by that, and that's going to be forever.
Right.
But he said that he hit me and said, yo, what we talking about on this record? I was just super excited to get him a record that I didn't send him anything, no content, nothing. He said, what we talking about on this record? I said, listen, I'm just going to follow you. Whatever you do or whatever you say, I'm just going to go behind you. I'll clean it up, put the hook on there and all of that.
Yeah.
And so he said, I'll just talk about some things at a time and place. And on that record, he started talking about, his cousin passing. And to know that the verse that he did for me was one of the verses that he did in Ooh from Brownfish. Shout out to Ooh, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah. I know.
He
I know
had just passed as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
And it was both his best friend. Well, his cousin has been his best friend.
I met them it had to be like 10 years ago, a while back. There's a bunch of them. I went to that house before a while back.
Yep, Ooh. Yeah. So rest in peace to Ooh. Yeah. And he was talking about, and he was going through those emotions, and I was glad that he was able to work them out on the record that he did with me. So that record forever remains one of my favorites.
Okay.
In my arsenal, and you know what I'm saying.
And the reason why I say that record was special because in that record he says, "Forget all the he say, she say," or something like that.
Yeah. He said, "So much he say, she say. That's how my cousin got killed."
And what we were dealing with, what me and Jamal G was dealing with, like is what many of us go through in Baltimore. The he say,
gossip.
she say. And that what happens with some instances where gossip happens. Yeah. Either relationships get broken, or sometimes it gets even worse. Some lives get lost.
Right.
So and that's what the record. I took away from that was that, and then it was just phenomenal because that would have never had happened had him and I had put our stuff aside. Yeah. And everything has happened, and since we built our business relationship. It's been magical. It's been phenomenal. Like even with me bringing him with Donna Rollins. Donna Rollins, a comedian, he really fucks with. We cursing right. He really fucks with Jamal G. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he don't even, really be. He don't really like nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Who's that?
So, Donna Ashley Larry. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ashley Larry, man. He's been a very great supporter of mine. But yeah, man,
he said he don't fuck with nobody.
I'm telling you, you know what I mean? And he pulled me to the side when we was out there in Philly, me and Jamal G, because we was on the Funny Moves tour, and he was like, yo, the dude in there, he good peoples. He was like, keep him close. And I was like, yo, you don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? I was bringing it down. So yeah. But it's
is this the joint you playing next? Or
yeah.
It's called we playing These Wings, or if you want to play, we can play If You Need That for sure. Okay. Shout out to Greenspan again. I appreciate you, brother.
Let a nigga know when they got a rocket launch. Cause when his power gone, he can easily just fall into the pocket with a lockpick on. And if the clock ticks on, he remembered that he's shooting from the field, so he might be free. But he John P. Key, colorblind to the fact in his aim that it might be me. That it might be me, but I let him live. All I see is sirens of commotion when my brother say he love a nigga dearly. Hit a reaper clearly, but he ain't coming for my soul. He be coming for my bro on the low, man, I think the nigga feared me. Heard I had some homies in between having trouble with the crossover. White Henny to the face, my dead homies remain. To tell me why the fuck all of y'all sober, and then let it bump my confessions. When Juice died, niggas probably thought that I would learn another lesson. But I got liver, you niggas couldn't fear me, you nigga put emotions on hold. I was cold, man, I needed some injustice. Having conversations with the Lord every time that the car ride. He told me to keep faith, how often do I pray? But the Reaper meet me at my destination every time that the car stop. So I thought twice, my fam told me that blood thick in the water, but I'm such a get your blood type. The Reaper said that I'm due to pay the homies a visit, but I'm sitting on this plane thinking, yeah, right. Then it hit me while you leaving. Your soul saying that you need them, cause I thought the Lord freed him. Then he tell me no, then he tell me to go. Gotta go converse with the Reaper. You gotta take precaution now. Even though I know you've been on the low, we often think we off for now. Every time we spoke, I let you know. When I get with mine, you can go get yours. But another time, we can go get more. Always on my mind, even though you gone. Cause I got that soul if you need that. Get whatever you want 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 if you need that. Cause I got that soul if you need that.
Stay down till you come up, that's words from the wise. In my mind, I'm a trillionaire, breaking big bread down with my kinfolk, cause they mine. Yeah, it's all mine. Papa should've shot me in the glove like cuss say. One day we gon' shine. I can give you niggas hell on earth right now on earth, but I'd rather give you heaven in the rhyme. Yeah, I'ma do it like this, like Slick Mouth Mitch. I'ma tell you how I feel. Only rockin' with the best. My brothers run 6 pointy keys to the city films. Stay loyal to a few friends, real fam, many other no names. Better chill. Too much he say, she say, speculation, that's why my cuz got killed. Paradise, my nigga, slice my nigga, other pie, vacation in the sky. Head held high, keep a nigga from the cry. Hope you rockin' out, so I'm singing to the sky. Serenade the streets, save a nigga's soul. There's only value in heaven, I ain't waiting till I'm old. Gotta get it done right now with my zone, and I can't race, slow foul number on my phone. Cuz rest easy, prayers for the fam. Teardrops ain't tattooed, nah, nigga, this the real kind. Try to tear down what you can't build back down temporarily, but joy you can't steal mine. On the right tradition, cause we feel that. Why you hitting on the ground, we can spill that. Real recognize whatever, know you feel that. Beat hard, nigga, blitz, better kill that.
You gotta take precaution now. Even though I know you've been on the low, we often think we off for now. Every time we spoke, I let you know. When I get with mine, you can go get yours. But another time, we can go get more. Always on my mind, even though you gone. Cause I got that soul if you need that. Get whatever you want 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 if you need that. Cause I got this soul if you need that.
Shit was hot.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to Greenspan, because he ain't had to do that.
Shout out to Green, brother Green.
Shit hot, man.
For sure, I appreciate it.
So, like, what shows you be doing? Like,
so just recently, I just came back from the tour. I did a tour down south. I was going through all through Tennessee. I went through Knoxville, Nashville, Atlanta, North Carolina, Roanoke, Virginia. I went through a couple places. But recently, the biggest show that I've had most recently was I just was in Pittsburgh at Extaza nightclub. But, you know, I'm all over the place, man. I try to make sure that I tour at least once a year. You know, last year I did a tour, or earlier this year I was in London. I met up with Kondwani Fadel.
Yeah.
I met him with out there, which is also a brother of Keys, which is a big author in Baltimore City. Shout out to him. So we linked up in London, which was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And that happened by accident. You know what I mean? Running into another Baltimore native in London. So, you know what I'm saying? And then
crazy.
prior to that, I was in Paris at the top of the year. So I'm hoping to have the same kind of year next year, you know what I'm saying? But I always try to make sure I get at least 1 month and a half touring while I'm away, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's what's up. So, you want to spit?
Yeah, whatever. I'm definitely going to give you, I can give you something. We was, you know, compensate for your time, man. You know, so whenever just say when.
When? Or no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a breathe in. Get your breathe in, young man. So I'm gonna ask you, like, how can everybody get in contact with you?
Oh yeah, just follow me on all social media at the Jamal G. So that's TheeJamalG at the Jamal G. You would also, I'll just be posting different things, and I'll make sure that everything is updated. Yeah, just follow me there, or just Google Jamal G, or however you can get in touch with me. Just get to the music. You know what I mean?
Okay. And Keys, what's up?
What's up?
How can we get in contact with you?
You can contact me through Ikeo's Glorious Heroes on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My name and my handle on all social media platforms is Ikeo Evans. That's AKIOEVANS. Website is Ikeo's Glorious Heroes. And YouTube is my name as well, Ikeo Evans. You can see videos that I've shot of Jamal G, Greenspan, Felicia Pearson, Spike Lee. This trailer is on my Vimeo. Oh yeah, Vimeo.com/Ikeo Evans. And that's how you can find me, man.
That's what's up.
Key to the City Films.
Man, blowing up. Both of y'all.
Listen, we just trying to continue working, man. You take your head up for a second to try to smell those roses. A lot of times you're going to see a lot of things passing you by. So, we keeping our head down, just like Green said in the record, stay down till you come up. So,
absolutely.
We just continuing to work.
Oh, yeah. That's deep right there, bro.
Yeah, I ain't saying Green said it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That was deep right there.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you want to spit?
Say you win, man.
I mean, you want the instrumental?
No, just whatever. I'm going. Okay, look. Say hello to the Black Menace. Some Chucks bandana, a khaki suit like a Mac tenant. Cuss like a sailor. I'm living foul like a bad tenant. A gat, some raps, my Raiders hat, and a black pendant. Cursing the soul of many pedophiles who plot on kids and pedals and medals in public housings and ghettos. A homicide. So calm it down and believe me, it could get wild like Katrina. Run through your town with 40 gallons of ether. This is my life, and I had chosen to live it swell. Boxing with demons on purpose so I can live to tell. I made it. Floating high on the cloud on this DSL. I'm faded. Seeing life through the lines of this lonely cell. I'm changing. Sorry, I had to lie. I'm a problem child, and I'm angry at niggas who think they better than, nicer than, needing to chill, take them a Vicodin till a grown up invite them in. Heard that it was fantasy telling. I was really off the porch at 6 when some shortens and felons. Knew a couple niggas to shoot and remove if you telling, and if you close, then it probably would behoove you to help them because this is Baltimore in a car full of carnivores. If you die because you lied, then we on your seed for them Tonka toys. My mind dismantled. I don't think you can handle the black mantles with rifles and holy Bibles and manuals. Look, Glock lemon squeeze left on the table. Bypassing bastards with tassels long as I'm able to carry out my legacy. I don't need you to save them. With the magazine I left with the squeeze on the table. Look, pass me the keys. I'm driving, throw it in gear with a spear full of confidence, aiming straight at your fears. With hopes that your skeletal shatter don't disappear. I expose damaged backbones to all of your peers. Don't say that I'm a lyricist. I'm more of a conspiracist, searching for God Almighty and praying for my deliverance. Reincarnated panther with a Bible full of answers that'll strike like battery acid. Don't get antsy. This is Westside Baltimore, up top hype shit. Remy blend red bull hook. Fiends with a high kick, moving around with caution. Even rats got a sidekick. Won't fall in love with niggas, but them dykes got a side chick too. I would a sun and the earth meet. Horizon with Verizon microphones that can stretch to all of your houses. Set fire to your pants. I'm pouring gas in your trousers. A book of matches, some tactics, reactions are so nostalgic. I'm glad to be a part of this occasion because the naughty and the high booty girl said I would make it. And I'm only taking my interest on rappers who steady.
Yo!
That was tight right there, man.
Appreciate it.
That shit hot. Straight fire, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yo, man, what you got to say?
They can't hear me, but they will.
Huh?
They can't hear me, so you get that.
You need to cipher with music? What happened to, did we hear my man? Yeah, but what's, you want some music?
Whatever, man. We can do whatever at this point, man. Whatever at this point.
Okay, do some music, but shit, that shit was fire.
I appreciate it.
I'm not putting it down, but like, I don't know, man. I've been Old West too. Like, I ain't never hear niggas rap like that in Old West, for real. You know what I mean? And I live, like I told y'all, I live in Baltimore, Gilmore. Everybody had that little level.
Okay, yeah.
Can you flow with that?
Let's see. We gonna see what we can do. Okay. This is maniacal. Think Shania Twain in the back of it, pocking a lot, swiping a line of stains from a shirt that she dropped when she cried out in all kind of rage when she caught a nigga pumping pictures on Madonna's page. I am no longer fit for these niggas. Look, I can no longer vent to these niggas. The cause of my frustration is ostentatious when you be the one that's taking the Uzi to this dream I'm often chasing. The steps go, I grab some petrol, I'm home invading. Need me an alibi, so I say I'm visiting patience. So much alive, why I go for blood when I'm angry or glutton for my revenge. I can smell it and I can taste it. Just wrap your hands around my reality, you can grasp it. I dream about the almighty Lord when I'm going backwards. Ask him, will you be the one that's gonna deliver me when I crash through the door and set loose on all of my enemies? Hold up, give me something now.
Okay, that was tight right there, man. We good.
I was about to say, we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. Say, look, I got him. Listen, look,
fire.
I said, look, hold up, I got him. Said, look, one more time, just waiting for the drop. Something eternal, pushing me farther, a slight bubble. No fire but sit on top of the sterno, sitting and think of ways I can mastermind all these master plans that I have in this lack of time. Pay, I'm not past my prime. Pray every rhyme that I say is a stroke of genius. Metaphoric utopia, I can spit from my femur. Lyrically agile as I take apart your reality, break it down, give it back. Now your flow is another casualty. Lord, oh man, you capture that on your iPhones. Meetings with the phonies, but I be in your time zone when I roam. It's all for the sake of helping a homie. Try to console him, provide a constant voice of atonement. Okay.
We good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I was built for this.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Yo, that was hot right there, man.
I was built
That's
for this.
fire, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I appreciate you being late on that one. Like, y'all was late, yo. I take that one.
Nah, I
yo,
appreciate it,
that's
bro.
fire, man.
Appreciate you.
Oh,
Appreciate
boy.
you, man.
That's tight right there, man. So I gotta hear more and more. You know what I mean? From y'all, definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a continuous relationship. That's my brother, so
Right.
we're gonna continue to see us together and make sure that we market
And blow, right?
everything right.
Like
Sir.
a bubble.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
my dude. Good looking, man.
Man,
For
thank you
real,
for
good
having
looking.
us,
He
brother.
like, yo, I'm bringing my man. I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Like,
Nah,
you know what I mean?
appreciate it.
Oh man, it's hot right there, man. I know.
Appreciate you.
I mean, you got everybody looking. They. Yeah, one more time. Like, where can we find?
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. Just follow me on all social media at the Jamal G. That's TheeJamalG. So everything's Jamal G, and just search Jamal G YouTube and Google.
Okay. And Keith?
Indeed, you can follow me at AKIOEVANS, all social media platforms. Just look out for Akios Glorious Heroes. A lot of things is happening in 2018, 2019, so just keep a lookout. You know what it is, you know what we about.
All right. My man, thanks for coming, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you
Yo,
for having
thank
us.
you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this ain't the end. We gonna see y'all again, definitely.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
So.
So, all right. Once again, I have a ball with my mans and them. You know what I mean? And like I said, they out there. So beware, cause they coming. They coming for you.
Indeed.
Keep your eyes open. All right, one.
Rocks, you're too fucking feisty.
They say I'm too fucking feisty. Is it cause my jeans hang low below my waist, G? Swagged off, T matching the bows in my lace. See, only time I run is when police chase me. Yeah, and I'm ranked to rainfall flow. Watch, bitch, I might drench you. Heard it out cause you were meant to. Proud that I ain't you.
Rocks, you're too fucking feisty.
Yours truly to out me, you're gonna need a Uzi. Cause I swing hooks on a newbie, I'll drop a newbie. Stop the clock, I'm forward.